Alright, this is a Seeburg SHP code B high-powered amplifier that goes into a Seeburg Jukebox. Bought this from someone that was parting out an old Matador, and thought I'd take a video just because two things. One is this is the cleanest I've ever bought one of these. Typically they're just all very grody from bar nicotine smoke and nasty stuff, or mud daubers or Lord knows what else. Anyway, this one was very clean. And secondly, it is unmolested. This is like as close to factory original as I've seen one of these personally. So I thought I'd do a quick video before I go in and start changing out parts. Okay, let's see. This is obviously a big old original transformer. You can tell, I don't know if you can see very well, but there's a 4-digit number code stamped on here in this ugly orange ink, and that's I've seen that on a lot of original Seeburg parts. That means that came originally that way from the factory. Same thing if you see these two original paper capacitors, you can kind of see a little bit of that orange stamp on these as well, which indicates those are originals. I'm looking at these. I don't know if I can shine a light on this or not, but you can see on the top, you can see stamped on there some numbers and things. Well, if you look at that, you can tell that the numbers on both of these transformers here are the same exact number. So these are a match set, and probably again the originals based on everything else I've seen on this. Maybe the mute trip relay has been replaced, but that's about it so far. Looking over here, I've got these 4 RCA transistors. These are the output transistors. One of them has been replaced, but these ones, you see that little yellow dot on there of paint? They typically put that on there because they want to have them matched or close to matched. It means that when you test them, their plus and minus close to each other. It matters that these two are close to each other in value, and these two, obviously this one has got a different color paint to it, so I don't know if the person that checked these, that replaced this one, checked to make sure that these two are close in value. How important it is to be close in value, I don't know, but they tell me it's a good thing. These particular ones are 309449 RCAs, and they all look to be in good shape. They got the mica washer underneath because you don't want the actual metal from the transistor making contact with the heat sink, because that'll be bad, it'll short it out. So there's basically a mica washer in between that insulates the two. And all this is for is the heat. These things generate heat. The purpose of this is to dissipate the heat. Again, these are the output transformers, the output transistors. There's 4 of them. And what's good about the SHP3, Seeburg got smart, and they started telling you what it was. So if you look over here, it actually painted onto the surface. It tells you the part number for all these. It tells you that that's the left, this is the right. It even tells you how to test these to adjust the bias. Now, if you don't know how to adjust the bias, don't do it yourself without understanding fully what you're doing. But basically, it tells you there's a test point up here on the very top, which is red. It says that's the plus. Touching the outside of the case on that is the minus, and it tells you that you need to have it set between 4 to 8 MV. So that's how you know if that's set, or if it's correct. If not, you're supposed to adjust the bias, and the way to adjust it is if you see where it says LT bias and arrow, RT bias and arrow pointing down here. Well, on the side down here, there's a little screw there that you can adjust it, and underneath this one is also another one. Again, if you read that, it says caution, factory set, use service manual for adjustment. So don't go in here and start screwing things around on the bias or the gain, or you're going to ruin your amplifier. But anyway, it's even got the original stickers on here, so pretty cool, huh? Alright, time to flip it over, and just to let you know, I'm going to use a roll of toilet paper here to set it on there when I flip it over, because I don't want any pressure rubbing up against these paper capacitors. I don't want them breaking open and leaking.